What is up, you guys? It's James from James' Reptiles. I am here in my bedroom. There aren't many animals here in my bedroom. I had this milk frog. It's not in there anymore. I don't have it anymore. Um, that was the secret project down there. I don't have that project anymore. Right down here are my Asian forest scorpions, the adults. And then, of course, all right here are my mice. Empty, all that's empty. Last but not least, my chameleon. So, oh, you know what? I have one more. My fish tank. That's one of my favorites. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm not breeding anything in there. I'm not. It's not. It's nothing specific. I'm not even good at keeping fish. I just really like fish tanks and they're beautiful. I love looking at it. As soon as I wake up, the first thing I do is I go in the bathroom. I look at the fish tank, and then I take a shower. And that's what I do right before bed. Except I don't shower. Um, I would love to. Well, I would love to, and I'm going to. Coming up, probably this week, I'm going to reorganize my room. I'm going to stack all the tubs, put them all in the closet. Anything that doesn't have holes, I'll drill holes in. And one thing I really want to do, the chameleon's going to stay in here till he dies. He's about 3, so that's not going to take that much longer. With the mice, I hate saying it, but I don't think I want to breed mice for very much longer. As I get more snakes, it's just kind of. I'm going to breed until I need to start buying mice. Then when I need to start buying mice, I'm probably going to stop breeding around that point. Maybe a little bit after. It'll save me time. I won't have to buy like bedding and food and all that jazz. And I'd like to get them out of the room. I'd like to get all the animals out of the room. My girlfriend doesn't really. She likes some of the animals. Pardon me. Still getting over my sick. She likes a lot of the animals, and she has a snake of her own. But this is where she comes to rest and relax. She doesn't want them in here, and I completely understand. And luckily enough, I have a very understanding girlfriend herself, and I get to put them all in the living room. So, but I don't really want the mice in the living room. I'm just gonna keep them in here until I don't want them anymore. Let me check these tubs real quick. I don't know if these are drilled already. These are. Oh, that's awesome. Those are all for baby crustaceans. I haven't used any of those yet, but for what I'm producing, a buttload of them. All right, so there's no real point to this video. I'm just kind of showing you how I want the room set up eventually. And I got my Starbucks triple filtered water. All right. So here's my room, right? Here's my living room. Kitchen, my sister's room and a bathroom, dining table area, patio, all that jazz, fireplace, hallway, front door, my bedroom, washroom. Okay. It's at such a weird angle, you can't really tell what anything is. But I want to stop breeding superworms eventually. It's stupid. And every time I do it, I regret it. And then once I start creating them off, I'm like, oh, I should keep doing this. And it never reaches its full potential. And I understand that. And there's a fly in here and it's annoying. And instead of just keep trying, I need to just stop. That tub's for crickets. Terrestrial gecko females, males, my girlfriend's corn snake, incubator, tubs for shows, roach rack. Eventually, I might even stop breeding roaches. It kind of depends. But this right here, this rack with the 2 tanks and snakes and geckos and snakes, this is the main thing. This is kind of what I want to base my room around. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take that stuff, that junk out of the corner, and I'm going to move the rack into that corner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a second rack. Now this rack's set up a very specific way. So that bottom shelf, all storage, crested geckos, all that fun jazz. The second shelf, first shelf is all that fun jazz. The second shelf can hold 2 exoterras just like that, perfectly. The top shelf can hold 2 more just like that. So that's 6 exoterras per metal rack and that can hold most of the babies. And I'm only going to need one middle spot for my tongs and junk. So all the middle spots on all the rest of the racks, because I am planning on putting up more, I can fill up with babies. So part of the way I'm thinking is, let's see, you can put two, maybe you might be able to fit three in an Exoterra. As a normal person, you probably wouldn't, but as a breeder, it's definitely something to consider because it could potentially give you 50% more babies without taking any extra space. And there's not much of a downside to that. But let's say you're keeping just trios, and maybe the male switches between two or three of the tanks or whatever. It doesn't matter how many males there are. Let's say you have two females in each tank. Well, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 females on a rack. And each female lays 2 eggs a month. So one rack's 20. Gross. One rack is 24 eggs a month. So, okay, imagine this. There's one right there, and there's one right here. Now you have 50 eggs, 48 eggs a month. We're trying to round it to 50. Then let's say you have one more, maybe even 2 right there. And then let's say you put one more right here. And then let's say you put one more right here facing that way. Now all of a sudden you've got 125 eggs a month. And at that point you're producing 1,400 baby geckos a year. And let's say you sell them for $50 a piece. Let's say you sell them for $50 a piece. You're making 70. You're making about 70 grand a year. And once you buy the tanks and everything, that initial cost is gone. You're paying for food, yeah. But what's that, $200-300 a month for food? And you're making like 70 grand a year. Imagine some of those are lily whites. Imagine you have like a rack that's breeding lily whites. That's insane. So that's the goal. For the end of the year. For the end of the year, I want to have 3. I want to have 3 racks set up. So let's do that math. 3 is 75. 75 times... No, 3 is 75 eggs a month. Which is... times 12... That could make me like 40 grand a year. Having 3. Now, of course, there's a lot of expenses with that, but that's on top of my job. That's on top of my full-time, decent-paying job. I think that would be incredible. There's a lot of opportunity there. I've been focusing on a lot of too many other things. For instance, the Vietnamese Blue Beauties. They are something I've wanted for a very long time. I'm so glad I have them. But now I have to wait 3 years before I can even breed them. And they might bring me like $1,000 worth of babies the first year just because so many more people are starting to get into them. It'll be the female's first year and she won't produce as much. And that's even if I do them right. Like, I've never bred snakes. I'll have bred corns by then, hopefully, but there's no guarantee on any of that because they're animals. There's no guarantee. What I could have done, and I told you guys I spent $700 to have those snakes shipped. For the snakes plus shipping, I spent $700. It's like the last pair anyone had for the entire season, and they were gorgeous. With $700, I could have bought my 2 racks and put 4 tanks on each of them, and decorated the inside of the tanks, and then put geckos that I was raising up, and then within the year I would have had all those set up. Now the problem, the roach rack I could potentially use, but it's not the right size. I measured it out when I first got the bigger rack, and it would only hold 4. and at the same time it would only hold 2 because the height would only hold 4, and the side to side, the width is like a half an inch too short because the base of an Exoterra has like a lip. So I need the bigger ones. The next thing I need to do is get another Exoterra. And of course, I don't even have females in the second one. I have Paradise, and that's it. And in fact, let's check on her real quick. She's not full size yet, but I did put my male skipper with her last night just to get them feel for everything. And I need to definitely take some Eco Earth out of there because it's definitely too deep. But it's good for her to, I don't know. I just put a lot in there. But I need to take it out before she starts laying eggs. So this is Skipper. I'm just putting him back. Look at that chunky girl right there. Okay, there's Skipper. There's Chunky Girl. And way back in the corner, you can see another one right there. So that's that tank. I got a couple geckos in there. They don't even have tags. I want to check on Paradise. I'm kind of not worried she's going to lose her tail. But if she does lose it, I would like to know right away. So I don't know exactly where she is in here. Oh, there she is. All right. So here she is. She's still got her tail. That's awesome. She has some nice Dalmatian spots on her back. She's definitely got some more than the first female, Bella and Olga, that I have. And so hopefully her with that really nice male. He's super light, white and gray color. She's almost red-brown, so maybe they'll produce some pink-looking geckos and hopefully some Dalmatian spots for me. That would be really awesome, and I can't wait for this year. Oh. But yeah, I need another Exoterra. I need another Exoterra. Like I need not a hole in my heart because I need one. There's definitely some rearranging that needs to happen, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna come along in every step of the way. This video is getting too long. It's just me talking. There's not really any animals in it. And you guys are probably super bored if anyone's even watching. I have like 16 subscribers, but I hope you all enjoy it. I hope all 16 of you really enjoy this. I know I'm having a blast. It's the best year ever. But anyway, that's going to end today's video. I'm James from James' Reptiles. If you like this video, leave it a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All that really helps out. Like I said, we are a really small channel. And I'd love to grow. I'd love to watch us grow. If you have any reptile questions, if you want to see my animals, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, jamesreptiles@gmail.com, and enjoy.